Imagine living like a giraffe getting just 5 minutes of sleep a day, or being a dolphin pup that doesn't sleep at all for the first month of life. Sounds bonkers, right? Today, we'll dive into the wild, wakeful world of 7 animals whose sleep habits defy what you thought was possible. From ocean depths to African savannas, these creatures show us that sleep isn't one size fits all. In the vast, unforgiving expanse of the ocean, sleep is a luxury few can afford. For many marine animals, closing both eyes means inviting disaster. So, they've evolved some of the most extraordinary and bizarre sleep strategies on the planet, turning the simple act of rest into a masterclass in survival. Take the northern elephant seal, a true giant of the deep. While foraging at sea for months on end, they face constant threats from predators like great white sharks and orcas. To stay safe, they've adopted an extreme sleep schedule, getting by on less than 2 hours of sleep a day. But how? They perform what scientists call drift dives. After hunting in the depths, they stop swimming and drift downwards, entering a state of deep sleep at around 1,000 feet. For about 10 to 15 minutes, their brain activity mirrors that of a human in deep sleep. They lose postural control, turn upside down, and gently spiral towards the seafloor. A beautiful, unconscious ballet in the abyss. This brief, deep nap is just enough to recharge before they must surface for air. But when breeding season calls them back to land, the story flips entirely. Safe from marine predators, they indulge in marathon sleep sessions, snoozing for over 10 hours a day amidst the chaos of the colony, conserving every ounce of energy for the demanding tasks of mating and raising pups. Another master of sleep manipulation is the walrus. On the safety of land or a sturdy ice floe, they can sleep for an astonishing 19 hours straight, recovering from their arduous journeys. But in the water, it's a different tale. During long foraging trips for clams and other bottom dwellers, a walrus can remain awake and active for up to 84 consecutive hours. That's 3.5 days without a wink of sleep. To manage this incredible feat, they rely on a remarkable neurological trick: unihemispheric sleep. This allows one half of their brain to enter deep, slow-wave sleep, while the other half remains fully alert. The corresponding eye stays open, scanning for threats like polar bears. They can even nap while floating vertically in the water, using inflatable air sacs in their throats called pharyngeal pouches as a personal flotation device, bobbing like a living buoy while half their mind stands guard. This brain-splitting superpower is essential for cetaceans like dolphins and whales. As conscious breathers, they must actively decide to take each breath. If their entire brain went to sleep, they would simply sink and drown. So they sleep with one half of their brain at a time, allowing them to continue swimming, surfacing for air, and keeping a vigilant eye open for danger. This behavior is especially critical for newborn calves. For the first month of their lives, neither mother nor baby sleeps in any traditional sense, staying in constant motion to evade predators during their most vulnerable period. Not all marine mammals rely on complex brain functions for a safe slumber. Some, like the sea otter, have developed charmingly practical behaviors. To avoid drifting out to the open ocean while they nap, a sea otter will find a thick bed of kelp and wrap itself in the long, sturdy fronds, creating a natural anchor. But they don't just rely on seaweed. Sea otters are also known to hold paws with their neighbors while they sleep on their backs. This creates a large, interconnected raft of otters, a floating community that provides safety in numbers. But what about the ocean's apex predators? The age-old question persists. Do sharks sleep? For some species like nurse sharks, the answer is yes. They can rest motionless on the seafloor, actively pumping water over their gills to breathe. But for others, like the great white, stopping means death. Scientists believe these sharks enter a state of restful swimming, where they essentially put their brain on autopilot, shutting down higher functions while their spinal cord keeps their tail moving. From deep-sea spirals to holding hands, the sleeping habits of marine animals are a profound testament to the power of evolution, showcasing an incredible diversity of solutions for surviving in a world that never truly rests. For the colossal herbivores of the plains, sleep is a dangerous necessity. To close your eyes is to invite peril, a luxury they can scarcely afford. Survival has sculpted their rest into remarkable and often minimal patterns of vigilance, mastering the art of sleeping with one eye open. Take the African elephant. You might assume an animal this large needs substantial rest, but they are the shortest sleeping mammals on Earth, often getting just 2 hours of sleep per day. This isn't one long slumber, but short naps taken while standing. Why? Their massive bodies require constant fuel, meaning they spend up to 18 hours a day foraging. But a more pressing reason is danger. When threats loom, a herd might forego sleep entirely for 46 hours, traveling miles to find safety. At the heart of this is the matriarch. While the herd rests, she often remains awake, a solitary guardian. Scientific studies using activity trackers confirmed this incredible sacrifice, revealing these leaders sleep the least. They rarely enter deep REM sleep as it requires them to lie down, a position of extreme vulnerability. In the safety of captivity, free from predators, the story changes. Captive elephants feel secure enough to sleep for up to 6 hours, a stark reminder of the constant pressure their wild cousins face. Then, there's the giraffe, whose relationship with rest is even more precarious. For a wild giraffe, a full day's sleep can be as little as 5 minutes total. This is broken into fleeting moments, sometimes lasting only a minute at a time. They often doze while standing, their height a natural watchtower, allowing them to snap to alertness and flee. But for truly deep REM sleep, a giraffe must do the unthinkable, fold its long legs and lie down, sometimes resting its head on its rump. Getting up from this position is a slow, clumsy process, making them an easy target. Consequently, they spend only a few precious minutes a day in this state of deep rest. Every second is a calculated risk, a trade-off between the body's need for sleep and the wild's demand for constant readiness. It's a life lived on the edge of exhaustion. This pattern of sacrificing sleep for safety is shared by the horse, which has evolved an ingenious solution. Horses master sleeping on their feet using a biological system called the stay apparatus. This network of ligaments and tendons locks their leg joints, allowing them to doze while standing without expending energy or falling. Like the others, they are polyphasic sleepers, taking short naps that total only about 3 hours a day. And just like the other giants, they reserve their deepest REM sleep for when they are lying down. A horse will only do this if it feels completely secure, typically surrounded by other members of its herd who stand guard. This cooperative vigilance ensures someone is always awake, scanning the horizon for danger. From the elephant's watch to the giraffe's fleeting naps and the horse's locking legs, these land giants show us that for many, sleep is not a peaceful escape, but an active, strategic component of survival. When we think of sleep, we consider it a non-negotiable biological necessity. But what if, for some, it's merely an option? In the world of animal slumber, some creatures defy our expectations, thriving on what seems like impossibly little rest. Take the humble fruit fly. In a groundbreaking study, scientists tracked thousands of these insects, expecting to confirm the universal need for sleep. While most flies slept for 5 to 10 hours, the data revealed a startling anomaly. A small group, about 6% of females, were dubbed the sleepless elite. These flies rested for just 72 minutes daily, with some getting as little as 4 minutes of rest, and showed no ill effects. Astonishingly, they lived just as long as their well-rested counterparts. This discovery challenged the long-held belief that sleep is fundamentally essential for longevity. It hints that some life forms may have evolved around extreme minimalism, prioritizing other survival activities over rest. This radical approach to sleep isn't just found in the miniature world of insects. In the vast, unforgiving expanse of the ocean, the pressure to stay awake is even more intense, forcing incredible evolutionary adaptations from the moment of birth. Newborn bottlenose dolphins, or calves, don't sleep at all for the first month, not a single wink. The reason is a matter of life and death. As mammals, they must surface every 3 to 30 seconds to breathe. To stop moving is to sink and drown, forcing a state of continuous wakefulness. And the calf isn't alone. The mother also forgoes rest, swimming constantly to guide her vulnerable offspring and shield it from predators. After this initial period, they transition to a remarkable state known as unihemispheric sleep. They shut down only one half of their brain at a time, leaving the other hemisphere fully alert. The eye connected to the sleeping hemisphere closes, while the other remains open and watchful, scanning the environment as they continue to swim. This allows them to rest while staying partially alert during movement, a crucial adaptation for survival in the open ocean. This ability is shared by other marine giants like the walrus. For these Arctic behemoths, finding a safe place to sleep is a constant challenge. They can haul out onto ice floes for a deep slumber, but during long foraging trips, that isn't an option. They've been observed staying awake for up to 84 hours straight while searching for food. So how do they manage rest in the middle of the ocean? Walruses have evolved 2 ingenious solutions. They can engage in unihemispheric sleep while swimming, but they also possess a unique biological tool, a pair of pharyngeal pouches in their throat. They inflate these pouches with air, turning them into a personal flotation device. This allows them to bob vertically in the water, keeping their heads above the surface to breathe while they catch a few precious moments of whole-brain sleep. From the fruit fly that barely rests to the dolphin that doesn't sleep for a month, these animals force us to reconsider the very definition of sleep. They demonstrate that rest is not a rigid command, but a flexible, adaptable behavior sculpted by the unique pressures of an animal's environment. Their existence proves that in the grand theater of evolution, survival is the ultimate director. Cows might appear lazy, but they actually sleep just 4 hours a day, and only about 45 minutes of REM slumber, divided into 3 5-minute chunks. Likely shaped by evolution, they rest, but can spring to alertness fast when threatened. So what have we learned? Sleep varies wildly across the animal kingdom. Some creatures barely nap, others recharge strategically, but they all adapted for survival. What's the wildest sleep fact we've covered today? Giraffes with 5 minutes of sleep? Dolphins that don't nap? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Next Verse for more such exciting videos. Join us next time for more adventures into nature's surprises.